Hey, we're Jamie and Ashley Mills from The Handmade Home, and we're here with another edition of Coffee Chat.
Ching! We're thrilled to be here today to be talking a little bit about the best renovation ideas. It's a question that we get a lot.
We do get a lot, and people who followed along with our Money Pit series or some of our client projects are always asking us for advice on what should they look for, what should they do, what kind of changes would be the most helpful in their renovation.
As some of you may know, some of you may not, about 3 years ago we moved into a total fixer-upper. We gutted it out from top to bottom, and now we're currently working on an addition. So a lot of the questions we get are some of our favorite choices that we made in that renovation.
And we had to make a lot of choices, and those of you going through renovations know that that can drive you crazy having to make all those. So hopefully we can kind of streamline that for you here with some of these questions.
Sometimes it's in the very smallest of things where the best ideas come to light, and today we wanted to share some of those with you.
Yeah, so Ashley, what was your favorite choice, or maybe your first favorite choice that we made during that process?
It's hard to put them in order, but one of our best that we made was the mantle, our fireplace.
Yeah, and I mean, that was probably one of the easier ones we made. At least, I mean, starting because the mantle there just had to go.
Obviously.
We didn't really have a choice, but then as we started really realizing we need to make this choice, we came up with an idea about the TV.
Well, it was a little stressful at first because it was the great couple debate of 2016, if you remember correctly.
I try to forget it.
We thought we might have a come apart over this mantle and all the decisions that we had to make.
And hold on, pause. Those of you who are not from the South, a come apart is when a party of two
A hissy fit.
gets in a fight
A spaz
and
attack.
may have to go in separate directions. So, all right, now
We
back
have
to the story.
those sometimes. So the fireplace was a little bit of a debacle because, Jamin, what did you want?
I had my heart set on having a wood-burning fireplace. I love the outdoors. I love camping. I love the smell of a fire. I wanted a real fire.
The roof line, however, was dictating that we do otherwise.
I didn't care. It was worth spending $3 million, in my opinion.
In this situation, I feel like our roles are a little bit reversed because usually I'm the one who's like, I don't care, I will get what I want. And this was you this time, and I was trying to remind you to be practical because A, we discovered water damage.
We did.
And then once we pulled it back, we realized that the whole roof would have to be reconfigured on the other side to allow for a real life chimney, which I'm all for a real life chimney, but also there's this little thing called budgets.
Yes, there is. So yeah, so the split level didn't allow for us to really put in a chimney, so that's kind of what I rested my laurels on. And didn't meet the feet, just said that, hey, it's not meant to be here.
You just wasn't in the cards.
It's all semantics. But anyway, so in that process of thinking of it, we started thinking about the TV and where do we want to put it and how do we want to do it. We didn't want it just glaring at us every time we were in the house not using it, because quite honestly, as nice as TVs have become since, you know, those boxes we all used to watch in the 70s and 80s, they're still a little unsightly.
Well, let me back up and say too that because we opened up the entire main level, we were a little limited on where the TV could go in the first place. Also, I feel like I should add, we went with gas and it wasn't bad at all. We flip a switch and the fire's there, which I kind of like. I mean, I know that you have the romantic notions of burning fireplace, but I feel like we should clarify that.
Yeah, I don't have much romance in my life, but wood fires are, so.
There would have been so much more romance for him if you'd gotten that wood burning fireplace.
Yeah, well, so what we ended up doing is realizing that we wanted to, in a sense, hide the TV. So we made a cutout above the firebox that recessed into the wall that would allow the TV and all the necessary hardware to be back behind it. Of course, we have a post about that on the side, and then we were able to take some art that I actually created and kind of frame it out to where it actually looks like there's no TV there unless we remove the piece of art.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a rotating gallery. No one knows there's a TV there. No one's none the wiser until a game comes on, we have people over, and we can just remove the art and watch the TV. One of our biggest changes is all things walk-through closets on the level where we have all of our bedrooms in our house.
Yeah, and it's something a lot of people have never really thought about, I think. Something we toyed with in our previous house where we knocked out a closet between the boys' room and a playroom, and we just really loved it for a lot of reasons. It creates a little bit more space than what you would think because you get rid of that wall and can do closet stuff on the side. And then just the ease of access to both rooms as well.
I think our inspiration honestly came from the movie E.T. If anyone remembers that, where they walk through and there's all the stuffed animals. Ours is not crammed to the brim with stuffed animals. If they had their way, it would be.
It would be.
But the kids' rooms on each side had 2 shallow closets, so we were walking through trying to decide what to do with the renovation. We decided to knock them both out, straight through. Now they have things on either side. It's so much more storage, and it's great because the kids have fun with it a little bit too, and they're really enjoyed. all the new space again.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing you don't think about is it does create easier to access, but think about traditional closets, you either have a door, sliding door, something like that, and then sometimes trying to get the things on both sides is a little bit difficult. This way you're able to walk in, face everything, and get what you want.
Another closet idea upstairs in our master bedroom was we had a tiny closet and then a tiny bathroom on the other side. And I think that our house sat on the market for so long because people weren't really sure what to do with it.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't a good setup for a master at all. And so the idea came, well, why not just expand it the length of that wall in there, make the closet walk through straight into the bathroom, and again, recapture some space that was wasted.
We knocked everything out and up, and in that process gained a little, only like a foot in our bathroom, but it made a huge difference.
Yeah.
And now you have to walk through our closet to get to the bathroom, but again, storage on each side. And in a way, it keeps us accountable for keeping it neat because we're staring at it.
We are, have to walk through it every time.
Is open. And we were able to put in another one of our stained glass windows on the door, which is oh so pretty.
It is pretty.
And we were happy with that.
Yeah, so another great decision a lot of people don't really think about. So another idea that we came up with is we wanted to turn our garage into livable space. One of the problems with that is the electrical panel was actually in the garage, and those things are pretty unsightly, so it didn't really matter that it was in the garage, but when we turned it into a livable space, it became an issue.
We needed every inch of livable real estate down there for storage and just life in general, and we were really limited because of that.
Yeah, and so what we decided to do is enclose it, not necessarily enclose it, but capture it in a bookshelf so it becomes usable space, and so we can just put a panel straight in front of it. It's easy to remove if we need access to the electrical panel, and then it's just styled place that no one realizes it's there, kind of like the TV again. It's there if you need it, but it's out of the way if you don't.
So we can basically access it anytime we need. Another great debacle that we encountered with our renovation was in the basement. We had to decide what to do with the unsightly poles.
Yeah, poles are always an issue in basements. Everybody wants to remove them. Unfortunately, you just cannot do that. So you have to find ways to work around them. And we were able to capture one in a wall that separated the study and the main living area. And then the other one we just used to box it out, just kind of hide it with some drywall.
So at least it's attractive in the meantime. Another example of something where we tackled this would be in a renovation that we did. We actually nicknamed it the pole basement on our site.
I think it had like, I want to say it was like 12 or 13 poles.
It was kind of
lot.
ridiculous. And not all of them lined up correctly.
No.
So the challenge was creating different spaces throughout their basement. It was a super long, skinny basement with all the poles. And so the obstacle was creating drywall and attractive spaces out of that, and also navigating the poles. And so you can see that on our site. It was a nice before and after. They all came out really great. One of our final things that we love, again in no particular order because it's kind of hard to pick, would be the kids' hallway bathroom. We also nicknamed it the hairy bath because when we went in to paint it, there was hair stuck to the walls, which was really gross.
It was kind of nasty.
And it had a blank drywall kind of space, and this is a great example of how sometimes you don't really think about the small areas that can make a big difference. So we were able to knock back that unused drywall and go with some cubbies, some built-in cubbies that offered a whole lot more storage to a small bathroom that 3 kids are sharing right now.
Yeah, kind of the idea was just a dead space between the shower plumbing and then what was a little closet. I mean, there's just nothing there. And so it ended up being a lot of great storage that we recaptured that I think we didn't even realize was there when we bought the house. And so one of those decisions that in hindsight has been so beneficial to our family and being able to keep towels and things like that there.
Yeah, it's all in the little things, and we love that we have so much space for all our towels.
We do. So wrapping this up, those are a few things we get asked all the time by people engaging in a renovation, just kind of wondering how to make better use of their space. So hopefully those will give you some ideas, maybe launch you to some new ideas as well.
Yes, it's all about letting those old bones of a house inspire you for new and useful ideas for the modern day. And that's part of what we love so much, is being clever with our design choices and how they really come together to make the space what they are.
Yeah, so hopefully you'll be able to take those. Tune in next time when we talk more design, renovation, and whatever else comes to our mind. So we'll see you next time on Coffee Chat. Ding!